the Magi and their magic, unveiling the secrets behind spell ingredients across millennia. The figure of the Magi has captured the imagination of scholars, mystics, and storytellers alike. Traditionally remembered as the wise men who followed a celestial omen to honor an infant king, the Magi were more than mere biblical figures, rooted in ancient Persian traditions as masters of divination, astrology, and alchemical wisdom. They became synonymous with esoteric knowledge. In exploring their arcane practices and the enchanted ingredients they carried from frankincense to myrrh and gold, we glimpse a world where mysticism and medicine, ritual and reality coalesced into a potent form of magic. The historical Magi, ancient Persian mystics. The term Magi derives from the Old Persian word maguz, referring to a learned priestly caste in ancient Persia. These men, steeped in the mystical traditions of Zoroastrianism, were tasked with interpreting celestial phenomena and advising kings on matters of state and spirit. Their responsibilities spanned the cosmic and the corporeal. From reading the stars to performing intricate rituals designed to invoke divine favor, the Magi embodied the bridge between the known and the unknown. Over time, their reputation expanded beyond the borders of Persia. When biblical accounts began to incorporate the narrative of the wise men from the East, the Magi took on an additional mantle as spiritual emissaries, figures capable of discerning hidden truths and who wielded secret knowledge of the natural world. Today, many see them not simply as historical figures, but as archetypal masters of wisdom and magic. The sacred arts, astrology, alchemy, and divination central to the Magi's mystique was their deep engagement with the sacred arts. They were not only scholars of the written word, but also practitioners of various forms of divination and alchemy. The celestial patterns that shaped destinies for ancient civilizations were meticulously studied by the Magi. They believed that the stars and planets were the language of the divine cosmic script that, when correctly interpreted, could reveal the fates of empires and individuals alike. Astrology, as a divine map, astrology for the Magi was more than a means to forecast events. It was a ritual practice. The alignment of planets at the moment of a birth, the course of the moon, and the position of stars in the sky were thought to imbue individuals with specific destinies and powers. This celestial mapping was echoed in the biblical narrative, where a brilliant star guided the Magi to an event of cosmically significant import. Their journey attested to a shared belief that heaven and earth were in constant conversation. Conversation decoded only by those with the requisite insight. Alchemy and the transformation of matter in parallel with astrology. The art of alchemy was practiced by the Magi as a means of transmutation, both literal and metaphorical. In the alchemical tradition, mundane substances could be transformed into objects of great value, symbolizing the process of spiritual purification and enlightenment. The pursuit of the philosopher's stone, the elixir of life, or the conversion of base metals into gold, were all part of the alchemical lexicon the Magi employed. Their expertise extended to medicinal herbs, aromatic resins, and minerals, many of which were later celebrated as magical ingredients in ritual practices. Divination and ritual magic. Divination, another cornerstone of the Magi's practice, enabled them to peer into a realm beyond daily existence. Whether through the interpretation of celestial events, the reading of omens and natural phenomena, or the use of intricate symbols in ritual ceremonies, the Magi sought to harness and even direct the subtle energies that govern both the microcosm of the human soul and the macrocosm of the universe. In many ways, their practices anticipated later forms of ritual magic, where specific ingredients served as conduits for invoking or channeling supernatural forces. Spell ingredients, the arcane significance of gifts. The biblical narrative of the Magi is famous for recounting the presentation of 3 gifts: gold, frankincense, and myrrh to the newborn king. While traditionally interpreted as symbols of kingship, divinity, and mortality, these gifts also carry a rich subtext related to ancient magical practices. Gold, the element of divine radiance. Gold, long synonymous with eternal beauty and incorruptible value, was considered far more than a precious metal by the Magi. In alchemical symbolism, gold represents perfection, wisdom, and the indestructible nature of the spirit. It was a substance believed capable of capturing the divine essence. As a spell ingredient, gold was thought to amplify energy, serve as a channel for astral communication, and anchor the practitioner's will in the physical realm. Frankincense. The incense of illumination, frankincense, with its rich resinous aroma, was prized for its use in sacred rituals and healing ceremonies. Its fragrance in the ancient world was more than a pleasant scentite, was considered a medium through which prayers ascended to the heavens. For the Magi, frankincense was a tool for purifying spaces, invoking protective energies, and opening spiritual pathways. As a component in spells or ritual magic, it functioned to transform the atmosphere, enhancing clarity, focus, and ultimately, connection with higher realms. Myrrh. The balm of transition myrrh, a resin extracted from the commiphora tree, served a dual purpose in ancient times. While it carried connotations of mourning and embalming, thus prefiguring immortality, it was also heralded for its healing properties. In magical practice, myrrh was used as an ingredient in potions and incenses believed to ease transitions. Whether in healing physical ailments or guiding the soul through phases of transformation, the perceived duality of myrrh as both life-affirming and a harbinger of change resonated deeply with the Magi's understanding of existence as a continuum, a journey from the ephemeral to the eternal. Beyond the biblical gifts, the broader arsenal of the Magi, although gold, frankincense, and myrrh are the most famous. The scope of magical ingredients available to the Magi extended far beyond these three items. They amassed diverse collections of herbs, spices, resins, and minerals, each believed to harbor its own unique vibrational energy. In ritual magic, these substances were carefully combined in complex formulas to create talismans, amulets, and potions meant to invoke protection, healing, or enlightenment. The artful balance between these elements was seen as a gateway to understanding the hidden orders of nature, a secret language spoken through plants, minerals, and the very air itself. The legacy of the Magi in modern esotericism. The ancient Magi have left an indelible mark on the world of esoteric studies. Their synthesis of astronomy, alchemy, divination, and ritual magic has influenced many schools of thought and practice in modern occultism. Contemporary magicians and occultists often draw upon the symbols and ingredients once wielded by the Magi to tap into ancient powers and insights. Reinvigorating ancient wisdom, modern practitioners of ceremonial magic may incorporate practices reminiscent of Magi rituals, such as using specific metals, incense blends, or alchemical symbols in their work. The continued fascination with the Magi arises from a desire to reconnect with the time when the boundaries between science, spirituality, and art were perceived as fluid and interconnected. Their legacy invites us to see the material world as infused with layers of meaning and energy, a viewpoint that continues to inspire both ritual practice and philosophical inquiry. The Magi in popular culture beyond academic and esoteric circles, the story of the Magi has seeped into popular culture. Films, literature, and art have reimagined the Magi as mysterious wanderers with secret knowledge, agents of change who traverse not only the physical world, but also the metaphysical planes of existence. In these modern retellings, the spell ingredients they carry often take on a life of their own, symbolizing the transformative potential embedded within every element of creation, continuing the journey of discovery. For those who view the mysteries of the universe as an open invitation to explore, the Magi remain timeless guides. Their lifelong quest for truth, whether it unfolded in the starlit deserts of ancient Persia or in the quiet laboratories of alchemy, serves as a metaphor for the modern seeker's journey. Embracing the magic of the Magi means recognizing that our world is layered with unseen energies, waiting to be decoded by those who dare to ask the deep questions. Conclusion. The Magi's magic as a beacon of mystical insight. The Magi, far from being mere historical footnotes or figures relegated to nativity scenes, embody a tradition of mysticism that challenges mundane perceptions of reality. Their profound engagement with celestial patterns, transformative alchemy, and ritual magic, along with their enigmatic spell ingredient, speaks to a worldview in which the fabric of the universe is alive with meaning. In the interplay of gold, frankincense, myrrh, and other clandestine elements, We find a symbolic language that transcends time, a message from an age when the cosmos itself was perceived as a tapestry of interconnected forces. The Magi's legacy invites us to view magic not as mere superstition, but as an exploration of the ineffable mysteries that continue to shape our understanding of life, the universe, and the unseen powers that govern them. Whether one embraces the scientific quest for knowledge or the esoteric pursuit of inner wisdom, the story of the Magi remains a timeless reminder that magic is not confined to myth. It is a dynamic, evolving force, one that beckons each generation to rediscover the secret ingredients of existence, and in doing so, to perhaps glimpse the divine. Embracing the enduring allure of the Magi, we are encouraged to explore our own relationship with the mysteries of life. Their tradition is a call to be both seekers and stewards of ancient wisdom, igniting our curiosity about the magical pull of the cosmos and reminding us that sometimes the most potent spells are written in the language of the stars.